Hello and welcome to this video guide on how to deal with the Arishok in single combat in Dragon Age 2. Alright, first of all, this is going to be a very tough fight. The Arishok is every bit as hard as he looks. Now you see there I just took a hit. You may want to come back to that in a minute. We'll get to that when I've given you the basic heads up though. First of all, you'll want to be all that you can when it comes to fighting the Arishok. You need to have grinded through every quest, got the best equipment, and you really need to have min-maxed and pushed through the game. Otherwise, you may not actually be able to beat this guy. Now, I'm using a rogue, but the tactics I've got should also hold up to a warrior. If you're playing as a mage, I honestly think you're going to have a lot more trouble here, but using the tactics I'm going to show you, you should still be able to beat him. Alright, first of all you'll notice I'm pausing a lot. The reason for that is the fact that the Arishok's attacks hit hard. Very hard. Nearly every attack that he uses will cause knockback, and as well as taking off a huge chunk of health. The way that you can avoid them though is you sidestep every time he's trying to attack. Not like I did there though, unfortunately. The moment you see him start moving his arms, pause the game, right click on a point behind him or to the side and go in for the kill. You see there I got healed. One of the knives I'm using occasionally heals me when I attack. I find it's usually best to move a little more than 90 degrees around the Arishok, but the key is to make sure the moment he turns to face you like that, move around, take a few stabs, and again the moment he turns back to face you, immediately you should be backing around and going in for the kill. Now you see there he used his Whirlwind Attack. It's quite easy to spot when he uses that because he will not actually turn to face you before attacking. What makes that attack more dangerous than the others is the fact that the Arishok will hit everything in front of him, immediately followed by everything behind him. The way that you avoid that attack is to simply step away from him. So don't turn around if he's starting to wave his arms without turning to face you. Don't try and move around him or you'll get hit. Instead, simply step back and then step back in, but give it a few seconds because otherwise you may get hit by the tail end of the attack. You notice I've run away from there. I lost my rhythm, so I'm trying to get that back. If you need to regain health, then you should do it by running away from the Arishok and waiting for him to use the charge attack. When he uses the charge attack, quickly swig a health potion. If you've got your Mabari, try and make sure that you summon him wherever you can. Do not summon him without waiting for the Arishok to use the charge first. Otherwise, just as if you were going to use a health potion, the Arishok will catch up with you and beat you around the head with his weapons. You see there? Summon the Mabari while I've got a moment's grace. Now, engaging him against the wall is not wise. It's best to engage him in the middle of the room where you've got plenty of room to manoeuvre. You see here he's got his cross attack, and along with that a swing attack are his basic attacks. You can dodge them both by moving to the left and right. Do not move directly away from him, because as you saw at the start of the video, the attack actually seems to have range beyond the reach of his weapons. I don't know if that's intentional or if it's a bug, but if you run away from the Arishok, maybe 1 in every 5 or 6 times he will still hit you, even if you're halfway across the room. You see I didn't move quite far enough away there. I should also mention the Impale Attack. You've seen it once already, you'll probably see it again before this video's over. The Impale Attack is essentially undodgeable. You have to eat it. It comes out of nowhere, and the Arishok simply drives his sword into your gut, lifts you over his head, inflicts some damage on you, and then throws you away. You can't avoid it, so don't even try. The best thing to do is the first time you're on the receiving end of it, see how much health it takes off and just make sure you've always got at least that much health left on your life bar. Otherwise, it could be an instant death. I went for a cheeky one with Mabari there, didn't wait for him to charge, managed to get away with it. If you're starting to feel confident, see there I dodged the Whirlwind Attack, if you're starting to feel confident then you can try and do things like that, not waiting for the charge before you swig health potions, but make sure you get an idea of the Arishok's speed and reach before you start doing that. This is quite a long fight, so make sure that you're ready to sit down through it. I think this one took me a total of about somewhere between 5 and 8 minutes. You see there the Impale Attack again, which is exceptionally irritating. I call that borderline cheating. Potions. The Arishok will use health potions as well. I don't think he actually has a limit to how many he can use, so you've got to be aggressive. If you keep running away and chipping away at his health slowly but surely, he'll just keep using health potions. So whatever you do, make sure that you stay on the offensive. Keep circle strafing around him, keep up the attacks. If he uses the Whirlwind Attack, step back and then step right in. The only time you should be running away from the Arishok is if you've lost your rhythm. And there we go, down he goes. So, best of luck to you.